What's up, Lou?
Big Chungus refers to an image of the cartoon character Bugs Bunny, usually captioned with the phrase Big Chungus, and presented as a game for the PlayStation 4 console. The word Chungus was coined by video game journalist James Stephanie Sterling. I didn't even know that. Wait, whoa? Really?
On that?
I'm good? Just like that. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Big Chungus episode spectacular, which we've definitely earned given it's our third episode ever.
Yeah, I hate to say that we're peaking early on, but we're peaking early on.
Yeah.
If you never want to watch the show again after this episode, I understand. We kind of
we get it.
came for Big Chungus, and now he's here.
And oh boy, what a slate of episodes that
All
we have
of
watched.
them involve Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny.
You'll never guess what happens in these shorts. Who comes out the victor?
You're gonna be shocked at who dominates in these shorts. It's a surprise. You'll see.
Yeah. Well, let's just start. Yeah. Wabbit Twouble
Bubble?
with a W. Is it spelled like that in the episode title?
Yeah, it's a Wabbit Twouble. I
did love that as we're watching these shorts with Elmer, the HBO Max subtitles, like they do them phonetically. So there's one point where he's saying like I'm rich, but he's going I'm witch, and the subtitles spell it WICH, and I just like that. I love that for them.
They really went all out for our dear friend Elmer. I gotta say, this is the first one of these I think I've super gut laughed at a lot.
Yeah, Wabbit Twouble is good.
He looks towards the camera and he goes, I do this throughout the picture.
There's just a lot of really good gags here in this one. But who cares about that? That's not what we're here for.
Yeah, I know.
We're here about the just absolute power that Bugs Bunny unleashes in this episode.
I actually, you know what? I wouldn't say I think this is more of a lighthearted romp between the two. There's not a lot of pain in this one. Like, Bugs Bunny lightfully pranks Elmer Fudd. And not hurt him majorly. No one gets really hurt in this one, I think.
You're right. It's very lighthearted. Bugs is he's doing a mean thing to him. A bear gets involved at one point, but the bear doesn't maim Elmer. It's just kind of a funny joke.
Yeah.
Or, the threat of a maiming, but not carried out to fruition.
No one ever gets bit or clawed or mauled.
Yeah, and I love that. Elmer's out in the woods. He's having some West and relaxation. So, Bugs immediately decides for no reason, I'm gonna fuck with him. I'm assuming this has to be a continuation of there's one specific arc I feel where these two know each other.
Yeah. And
have had previous encounters before. I think this is gonna be one that's part of it. There's one later that we talk about. I think the next one where it's an AU, so it's not even in the same continuation of that.
So I think if we're talking about Bugs Bunny's abilities and skills, so I think there's one thing we got to go over in this.
Oh yeah.
So picture this: you're Elmer Fudd, you're this small, fat little man, lumpy little man, and this wascally wabbit keeps coming out of his hole to mess with. So you grab your hammer, you smash it down. You say to yourself, "That'll hold him all white." Walk away, thinking you're free. There's no way any wabbit in the world can escape from this devious trap you've laid. Then Bugs Bunny comes out, lifts it up, turns down, and then with the animation power of the team, Virgil Ross, Rod Scriber, I don't know which one of them did it. This scene.
One of them.
One of them animated the scene. He turns around, looks down, he grows in size suddenly, and then looks towards the camera and goes, "That'll hold them all white." Booey.
Birth of a legend right here, honestly. Birth of an icon, forever changing the landscape of the internet. and this was in 1941, mind you. They were changing the world so early on. We just had to catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think what I love about the transformation is that Bugs didn't have to do that, right?
No.
Like the whole thing was he already undermined him by getting out effortlessly, right? And he could have just like mimicked him, you know, but he went. The thing about Bugs is he doesn't half-ass anything.
He changed forms.
He morphed into Elmer Fudd just to, like, and I don't even think it was for Elmer's, like, pain and stuff. It was for our benefit, because, you know, Bugs knows us. He knows we're watching.
Yeah, he talks to us.
Yes. we know that that's why he did it. He did it just to show us that he could. And I think that's a little terrifying, don't you?
Yeah, so Bugs Bunny has ascended beyond the average cartoon powers. We're starting to see Bugs Bunny's god ability. He's aware of us as viewers, like more so than most Looney Tunes. He breaks the fourth wall way more. He's constantly aware of us, which is terrifying because now I, in my real life, have to be worried that I'm going to piss him off someday.
Yeah, and he is a vengeful rabbit, as we can see. This is relentless, absolutely relentless. Like, Elmer didn't even do anything at the start of the short or anything. He's on a vacation. He's like going to sleep in a hammock, and Bugs is messing with him, making him think it's night, making him think it's morning. Like, brings a bear, tries to get him mauled.
That's a notable skill of Bugs Bunny is that he just does not give up. When you've messed with the bugs, it's not he won't stop until he's satisfied, which is never.
Yeah, I think there's very rare instances, and certainly not in any of the ones we watched, where like Bugs gives Elmer any kind of like reprieve or just like, all right, I'll leave him alone now. Like, it's to the end. He will chase it to the end. And speaking of the end, I have a controversial opinion.
Yeah.
I think you are going to wholeheartedly disagree with me here.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think anybody wins at the end of this short. Because they all go to prison.
Now, be fair, did Bugs not want to go to prison?
True, but he's there.
Bugs is where he wants to be. He wants to be with Elmer, and he brought his bear along, too.
Yeah, the bear's there, too.
Bugs is in the place he wants to be, but Elmer is not. So I would say still at the end, Bugs Bunny is still advantageous, because he gets what he wants.
Yes, but he's still stuck in the confines of prison.
That's bold of you to assume he wouldn't just leave if he wanted to.
Well, maybe he ends up liking the prison life. You know, he starts messing with the guards.
That's literally an episode of Looney Tunes show.
That is, you're right. That is literally an episode of the Looney Tunes show. Oh God. Well, why don't we ask?
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Yeah. Okay. So you might have to go watch it yourselves, but the ending is essentially Elmer gets frustrated. He destroys some public property, and the park trooper's like, you know, tapping his foot and stuff and looking at him. And then it ends. Elmer's like, oh, I'm in jail now, but at least I'm away from the rabbit. And then you pans over and the rabbit Bugs
Yeah,
the rabbit is in jail with the bear, and they're both in like prison uniforms, so they're not just like they're in like bunks, and they're visiting him, and you know, they're like, hey, what you in for? And then it, you know, fades to black. I think just them being there at the end, you know, and everyone's limbs still intact means that, you know, it's not a win, but maybe not the worst lose.
I disagree. I think Bugs got what he wanted, but you know, we'll see what the people think.
Fair enough. Well, it's time to talk about the AU, Elmer's Pet Rabbit.
Okay, I want to get this right out of the way. This is a like real wide-eyed, innocent, kind, soft Elmer episode. He's like baby sized. When he walks up the stairs in these episodes, he has to like use his arms to crawl up.
He's strolling down the street one day. And he's got like his dapper little hat and his coat and it's like nice dress shoes. He's got like a cane. He's like like twirling around, and he sees Bugs, who I can't describe as like anything other than like he's been like like when you like are in a drawing program and you click the corner of something of an image and you hold shift and then you like bring the corner in. That's what they did to Bugs in this one, and he's wearing yellow gloves, which is always fun to see those little design differences, even though this short came out the same year that Wabbit Twouble did.
According to HBO Max, at least. Maybe they're lying.
Yeah, according to HBO Max anyway, which who knows what they're saying. You know, what they're making up. And Elmer wants to get this pet rabbit. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of this little guy, and he builds him like a pen outside, like a proper rabbit pen. You know, it's just he's so nice to him. He gives him a big bowl of like vegetables. It's so sweet.
Bugs Bunny is kind of like a little kid in this one.
He's kind of a dick in this one, is what you meant to say.
Alright, so he's like, okay, he's like a little baby kid. Like he's kind of a scamp, you know?
He's got this voice, though. It's not the typical Bugs Bunny voice. I wrote down that it's, like, deeper, almost. Like, it's still got the same kind of cadence to it, but it's a little deeper. So it doesn't sound like him, but it is definitely Bugs Bunny.
It is definitely Bugs Bunny. The tone in this one is bizarre. I don't know how to describe it. Elmer Fudd is really dossy. He like gets angry, but it like always takes him like a minute to charge up his angriness. And like Bugs is like not that mad at Elmer. They're just kind of having a laugh in this one.
Yeah, I like. There's a moment. This whole short, like Bugs has kind of been like being a dick and like saying mean things to Elmer, but Elmer's just like smiling about it. And then finally Bugs starts his, you know, trickery, and Elmer takes like a full like minute to like just like he like stops, realizes he's been tricked, like his face contorts into this like really angry snarl, and he like rushes in the bathroom, and it takes a while.
I was gonna say, this is another Bugs Bunny pretend to die Elmer remorse moment. So put that on your tally chart for the number of times Elmer Fudd has had a breakdown after Bugs Bunny pretends to die.
Yeah, he pretends to drown, which I feel like he did before. I don't even remember. Like, that's a very popular fake Bugs Bunny death. And Elmer says his classic, you know, like, oh, what have I done?
What have I done? What have I done?
And the way this short ends, though.
At the end of the end of this one, so early on the short, there's a gag where Bugs is sleeping in Elmer's bed, and then he screams at him, "Turn the lights off!" And then Elmer gets pissed off and throws him out. Elmer then walks back up the stairs of his destroyed home, walks into his room, and Bugs is back in there, and one second goes, "Turn the lights off," and then the short ends.
Oh yeah, so like. Again, I gotta ask, like, I guess you like, by logic of the first one, Bugs gets what he wants. He gets to sleep in the house, which is what he wanted. But Elmer bought him as a pet rabbit, so maybe they could learn to, like, coexist in the house. It's not necessarily, like, a big lose, is it?
You know, in the last one, Bugs was more wanting to, like, ruin Elmer's life. In this one, he's just kind of being a scamp. I'd say... in the terms of like the stakes of this one, Elmer really super want to get rid of Bugs is the question.
He just wants him outside, right?
Yeah, he just wants him in the cage pretty much. If you go by a very loose logic, Bugs technically got what he wants slightly more, but no one has truly lost it.
This is a tricky one for me. I'd have to think about this one. This is going to be like a either a neutral or a Bugs win for me. I don't think Elmer won.
No. If there's any outcome that's not the case, it's solo Elmer win.
There's no way that ever happens. I'll be so shocked when we get to one. But this to me is, I hate to be so, you know, undecisive on two in a row. That's just bad business, but these ones by our own rules that we concocted confounds me. I don't have an answer for this one. I think if I was, you know, gun to my head, Bugs probably won this one. It's gotta, because he got what he wanted. He got to sleep in the cozy bed and be in the house, and that's kind of what he wanted.
You ready to talk about the Wabbit who came to supper, our third Elmer and Bug short?
Yeah! Woohoo!
I wrote down in my notes, I need to stress this. Okay, hold on. When we were about to watch the short, who hyped the hell up about Bugs Bunny's penis? short. And when it happened, I didn't even notice. And I was like, what? Oh, yeah. She like pointed it out to me. She's like, oh, it's Bugs Bunny's penis. I was like, what? Okay.
Okay, okay, so you know how there's sometimes those videos on YouTube that's like, oh, if you listen to this like cartoon clip, but they're saying like a swear, like I'm sure there's like a million SpongeBob ones or something. There's a clip on YouTube. I bet you could find it. I don't know what you'd have to search up, but probably something along the lines of Bugs Bunny penis. And it's a scene from this short where Bugs Bunny is climbing out of a shower in like a tub. And when he puts like one leg out of the tub, his like the towel around his waist kind of lowers, and the negative space between his legs could, if you were an idiot and also trying to like, you know, get views on a YouTube video, he like quickly pulls the towel back up. It kind of looks like an elongated like shape, and so it kind of like if you were just squinting, could in fact look like a Bug Bunny peenie.
I hope you realize as we talk about this, when you edit this, you're gonna have to put it on screen.
I have to show it. You know, don't even look it up. I'm just gonna put it here. I'm just gonna put it up on the screen, and you are probably gonna look at it and go, "That does not look like a Bug Bunny penis." But I'm already hating that I have to say that phrase so many times. But that's
my little Bugs Bunny cock.
my cock. You talking about my
cock?
cock? Oh,
Elmer,
you beat me
Elmer.
to it.
My cock.
But this one I think is important. This short, the Wabbit who came to supper, because it is actually also secretly giving ammo to the Looney Tunes dog character, the dog collective.
Shut the hell up about your dogs.
No, it's true. Okay, listen. We had Jimbo and Zero and that one dog from that short where they fell for 5 minutes. And now I wanna stress this one. At the beginning of the short, Bugs is running for his fucking life. He is sweating, he's panting, he's looking all over the place like he's like, oh, I'm trapped. And it's because Elmer has this like pack of dogs that he has chasing down Bugs, and it really does look like Bugs is about to get like captured in this, and the only thing that saves him is the gimmick of the episode. And so I just want to say, like, hey, they almost got him. The dogs got real close to getting him, and I think that's worth noting. So to all you Looney Tunes dog collective fans out there, I'm here for you.
Lou's looking in a mirror right now.
I'm rooting for you. We will not let them be forgotten. They will be a part of this whole thing. We will not forget this achievement of theirs. They almost got Bugs fucking Bunny. Anyway, have anything else to say about the episode?
You didn't even talk what happened this one. Elmer Fudd's uncle puts him in the will for like $3 million.
I'm which?
And the stipulation is if he hurts an animal, he can't be in the will anymore. So Bugs Bunny comes to his home logically, just starts fucking with him. There's another Bugs Bunny fake death moment. Elmer cries.
There is another.
Does it again.
There is another one.
And then it ends with the will. His uncle croaks. So he gets the will back, and he gets a check, and then all these taxes are put in. Elmer actually owes them $1.98 now. And then Bugs goes, ooh, sorry, Doc, and then runs out. And then the mailman comes back with an Easter egg, and then a bunch of baby bugs comes out. And I'm not sure how this ending joke correlates with the rest of the short, to be frank.
It's very oddly placed, but I'd like to just count this as another ability. I don't think those are like Bugs' children. I think that is Bugs Bunny split into smaller versions of himself. I think they butted. I think they butted off him. Like he grew them out of his own like body and just threw them in an egg.
It kind of makes sense with his ability to morph into Big Chungus. I think he kind of changed. He's kind of a Jake the Dog type when you think about it.
Oh my God. Yeah, he is kind of like a Jake the Dog type character. Just kind of made some little guys, put them in an egg. Don't know why, because he could, because he can.
I guess Bugs won this one because he got what he wanted. Okay, good. We're on the same page.
Yeah, Bugs definitely won that one.
All right. And the last one we have here is the Wacky Wabbit.
Ooh.
From 1942. I remember the date.
Oh, thank you. I forgot it. I'm writing it down right now. Very similar to Wabbit Twouble, I think, in terms of it's like the lumpier Elmer, except he's kind of, he's a gold digger in this one. He's digging for gold.
Yeah.
Trying to find, some gold, and he's out in the desert. He's just in this one and in Wabbit Twouble, there's these like beautiful just like background paintings of like majestic scenery. He's in like a canyon in this one. It's beautiful.
This is the most violent one we've watched so far, I think. Bugs Bunny wants him dead in this one. This is our first Dynamite short. Like, this is the first one where he's, like, handing him dynamite, and there's, like, dynamite gags. And then he tries to suffocate him by burying him underground.
Yeah, we were watching this, and, Elmer's at the bottom of a hole, and Bugs starts, like, putting dirt on top of him. Like a really deep hole, and he turns to the camera and is like, yeah, ain't I a stinker? And Ryan goes, you killed him! Like, he's just fucking dead.
He's fine afterwards, like he dug up, but I don't have much to add to this one, because it's kind of our fourth Elmer and Bugs short in a row, and it's kind of just building off what we've known already. Bugs Bunny is much smarter than Elmer Fudd, and Elmer Fudd is a meek coward who will fall for all of his tricks.
Yeah, there's no winning for Elmer here. Elmer is too naive, maybe even more so than Porky. I feel like Porky wouldn't even fall for some of these jokes and gags and stuff. That's saying something. Porky's fallen for a lot.
Yeah. Elmer Fudd's buffoon.
Yeah, add that to his powers, and he's an idiot. But there's a certain kind of gentleness to him sometimes. Like, just maybe he doesn't want to do as much harm as Bugs is pushing him to do, Yeah, he's kind of a gentleman pushed to his limits a lot of the time. Yes, and I think that will probably change a little bit. They have to get Bugs to, like, pick on somebody a little more meaner, and I think they do make some new characters for that, but I think they also make Elmer probably a little meaner too.
I think they kind of play up the fact that he's a hunter, because in these early shorts he's mostly like a bow tie and little hat most of the time. I think a lot of later shorts, like, okay, he's a hunter with a gun. He wants to kill Bugs.
Yeah, so it's like, Bugs is justified here. Where in a lot of these earlier ones, like, maybe one or two of these you could say, yeah, he's justified. But a lot of these is just Elmer going about his day, trying to get some gold, trying to have some Western relaxation, and he just can't do it.
So the things to take from these 4 episodes that are the same setup basically is that Bugs Bunny is a powerful, like, reality warping rabbit who likes to fuck with this weak, pathetic little man to push him to his limits.
Maybe he's trying to, like, in a way, train Elmer. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, he's trying to bring out Elmer's absolute fullest potential, trying to, just push him. Make him.
It's kind of a Karate Kid situation.
Yes, it's exactly like a Karate Kid situation.
Exactly like it, yeah.
So Bugs won that one.
Yeah, I mean, totally.
Well, like, at the end, the way it ends is just, they both have a gold tooth, and I really like the exchange they have. Like Bugs is like, I know where some gold is. Come here. And he, like, opens his mouth, like, it's right here. And he's got, like, a gold tooth, and Elmer's just kind of like, oh, I have one too. And he, like, lifts his mouth up, and he also has one.
Where? Oh, yeah. Where? Here. Oh, that's nothing. Well, I got one here.
And Elmer just starts trying to get the gold tooth, like, out of Bugs' mouth towards the end, and ends up somehow accidentally pulling out his own tooth, and it just ends with them, like,
giant tooth.
Yeah, them like arm around each other, like, there we go, and that's it. That's the end.
That's it. All right. Before we end off today, I want to read some comments on the last one.
Yay!
If you comment the question or a statement, there's a good chance we'll read it.
Yes.
So here's a comment from Gloomy that says, how hard do you think Daffy will fall?
Like, from Grace?
Yeah, from Grace. Like, he's doing pretty good right now, but how hard do you expect Daffy to crash and burn?
Now, I just know out of the goodness of my heart that there are some, like, shorts with him and Bugs where he's not a total loser. But I don't know this for sure, but I have a very strong feeling that the very first short that puts them together, Daffy's
It's over?
Yeah, Daffy's going to get like the shit beat out of him. Like he is going to get embarrassed. He's gonna fall over a lot. He
will be a fool.
He might have like some dynamite shoved in his mouth or something. Like I'll be surprised and happy if that doesn't happen. I don't know what the first short they appear in together is, so we'll see, I guess. But I think it's
duck season. It's the first one they're in together.
Oh, ooh.
Awkward. And here's one more comment from Sheriff Mouser. If one person grabbed Porky's head and another person grabbed his legs, and they both pulled as hard as possible, how far would he stretch?
Good question. What do you think, Ryan?
I think Porky's one of the less stretchy Looney Tunes. I think he would snap very quickly. Like, Bugs and Daffy could be stretched for a while. Yeah.
Right. I think Porky's pretty, like, sturdy in terms of that, you know? Like...
Yeah, I don't think you could stretch Porky very far. Both, like, emotionally and physically.
No way.
All right, that it? Are we done?
Are we done? Can we go home?
Can I go home? You want to talk about Bugs Bunny anymore?
I don't know. I think our next set of episodes, we start out with a Cecil Turtle short.
He's back.
So excited. So excited to talk about that guy again. Any final thoughts?
I feel like if a 16-year-old watched Looney Tunes today, like, oh, dude, this is like a shit post, man. What? Dude, whoa, this is like a shit post. What?
Well, on that note, that's all, folks.